Hey guys, this video is for our Easter weekend for our 2nd through 4th grade team. This will be for Saturday night and our 2 services on Sunday morning. So all month long, we have been talking about hope, believing that something good can come out of something bad, and that is our life app for this weekend as well. And I feel like Easter story is the ultimate example of hope, and this week our story is about the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus, and our bottom line is, whatever happens, remember, Jesus is alive. So what a great bottom line for this week. Our memory verse for the month is, in this world you will have trouble, but be encouraged. I have won the battle over the world. John 16:33. And you can remind kids, they can memorize both of these things, and every single week they can go out to the store and get a ticket for knowing both of them. So let's jump into our leader guide. We'd love for you to join us at 8:20 and 10:20 and 4:20. Yes, 4:20 in the garage door room, just for some announcements, prayers, celebrations, just praying to ask God to show kids the real meaning and importance of Easter, and to pray that just kids in this age group start to grasp who Jesus is and make a commitment to follow him. So we'll have you ready and back to your rooms by 4:30, 8:30, and 10:30 for service to start, to make sure you've got everything ready to go. And kids will start to roll in at 4:40, 8:40, and 10:40. So the very first thing you're going to do, welcome all the kids, ask how their week is. Make sure we've got first-time guests to really make them feel comfortable and welcome. Introduce them to the other kids in the group. Ask where they go to school. Ask what their plans are for Easter. And then this first game, it's totally optional. If it's crazy, if there's too many kids and you think this is just not for us, then you can just hang out, talk to your group, talk about Easter, ask what they would love to have in their Easter baskets, or ask what they got in their Easter baskets or what they like in their Easter eggs. If you'd like to play the game, you can make 2 lines on the floor, or you can just make a starting point and an ending point and mark it with a marker or something. And you're going to give each kiddo a plastic egg, and you can take one of the eggs out of this bag that has all the same color eggs. Those are all empty. So if you play this game, those are the eggs you want to use. Each group has a different color, so you will have your very own color. And you're going to give each kid an egg and have them line their eggs up along the first line. And when you say go, you're going to have them race to move their egg from the first line to the second line by rolling it without using their hands or their feet. So they can use their nose or their breath or their hip or their knee or their elbow. So they just can't use their hands and feet. So just a little fun game to get things going that definitely might make the boys feel a little bit more at ease. So then the interactivity that you're going to do at 5, 9, and 11 is called Crack the Egg, and you are going to use, so when you're done with that first game, make sure you put all the eggs that are the same color back in the bag, because you're going to need to use those later on. So in this first activity, you're going to use the eggs that are in this wire basket, and there's 40 eggs in there, and 30 of them are filled with, let's see if I grab the right one, yay, little Easter grass, and 10 of them are empty. So what you're going to do is you're going to have each kid choose an egg at a time, and they have to choose the egg that they touch. And after they've chosen their egg, you're going to ask them to open it over the empty bin, which are these little square baskets that you've got. And if the egg has paper filling in it, then they're out. But if the egg is dry, you guys can thank me later. These eggs were supposed to have water in them. I changed it to paper filling. If the egg is dry, if it has nothing in it, then they stay in for another round. So you're going to play until the eggs are gone or until only one kid remains in the game. So then the big thing is Saturday night service. Please reload 30 of those eggs with paper filling for the second service. You can do it after the kids leave for the day. And then first service on Sunday morning, you will need to reload 30 of the eggs for second service and just put all 40 of those eggs back in the bin. 10 should be empty, 30 should be loaded. And you'll just close that activity down by saying, so guys, that was pretty funny watching you guys try to figure out which eggs had water, which eggs had paper in them, and which ones didn't. And it was hard to know what to expect when you opened the egg, paper or nothing. Well, in large group today, we're going to hear a story about a place people thought would be occupied, but it turned out to be empty. So when you'll head across the hall to large group, we do have a live storyteller for every single Easter service that we have this weekend, talking about the Easter story. It's a great sensory story. It's going to be really great, very engaging for the kids. When you get back from large group, your review activity is called Pure of Heart. So you are going to have a big red heart, and you're going to have some tape at your cart. And what you're going to do is you're already going to have your heart cut out. You're going to have kids sit in a circle and have kids pass the heart around the circle and tear off a piece of the heart as they pass it around. You might need to demonstrate it at first to show them kind of how big of a piece to tear off. And after the heart has gone around the circle and everybody has a piece of it, have them place all the pieces in the middle of the circle and ask kids to put the heart back together. But don't give them any tape at first. Just say, okay, guys, go ahead and put it back together. And then get suggestions. How could they possibly put it back together? And after a kid says tape, then give them tape and encourage them to work as a group to tape their heart back together. And you'll just close this activity out by saying, so guys, here's the deal. Everybody sins and does things against what God asks of us. And our sin hurts ourselves and others, just like we hurt our heart. However, if we ask him, God will forgive us of our sins and make our hearts like new again. So just like we couldn't put the heart back together by ourselves without tape, we need Jesus to make our hearts whole again. We can't do it on our own. And that's why God sent his son to bring us closer for God. So Jesus sacrificed himself on the cross and rose again so that we could have a relationship with him. And just remember, whatever happens, Jesus is alive. So then for the memory verse activity, what you're going to do is you're going to need that baggie of eggs that were all the same color, and you're going to need some strips of paper. So what I did, and what's going to be on your cart, is you'll have one baggie that says Saturday at the top. Can you see that? One bag that says Sunday with a 1, and one bag that says Sunday with a 2. So that's for Saturday night service, Sunday first service, Sunday second service. So what you're going to do is you're going to have your kids write one word of the memory verse on each slip of paper. So I think there's 19 words total if you count the John 16:33. And then you're going to let kids place each word in an egg so that you've got 20 slips of paper in there. They'll put them in these 20 eggs. One will just be blank. And then you're going to split your small group into 2 groups. And you're going to have one group hide your eggs around the room while the other group covers their eyes. And the group that covers their eyes then has to go find the eggs. So if you have purple eggs, then your group is going to be finding the purple eggs. That way you won't get your eggs confused with another group. And when all the eggs are collected, have your groups work together to open them and put the verse in order and then say the verse out loud together. And if you have time, switch roles. Let the other team hide the eggs, and the team that hid them the first time gets to go find them. You might need to spread out around the building to do this. You can use the hallway. You can always use the garage door room to play this game. And you'll close it down by saying, so guys, sometimes things in our lives can seem hard, and we can feel as if we might never get through them. But when those times come, we need to keep in mind that whatever happens, Jesus is alive, and he is bigger and more powerful than anything, even death. And he tells us to bring all of our problems to him. And Jesus can help us through anything if we ask him, and he'll be there for us. So then some optional small group discussion questions. How might things like the Easter bunny, candy, egg decorating, and other things get in the way of the true meaning of Easter? Are those things wrong? Why or why not? What can you do to keep Jesus the focus of your Easter celebrations? How would you explain the true meaning of Easter to someone, and in what ways does the resurrection give us hope? Some good questions there. Then let's see. To close down for our prayer, you're just going to need empty eggs, one for each kid, and you will actually have a baggie. These are multicolored, and they will be labeled again Saturday, Sunday 1, and Sunday 2. And I'm going to have 12 eggs in each bag. So if for some reason you have more than 12 kids in your small group during a service, I will have extra eggs that will be at your check-in cart for 2nd through 4th grade if you need to grab extras. So these actually all have a piece of candy in them just for something fun. So you're going to give each kid one of those eggs, gather them around a circle, have them open their egg and say, oh, there's a sweet surprise. Just like Easter, our surprise is the egg, has candy in it, but once we take that candy out, we have an empty egg. So go ahead and let them take the candy out of the egg. And then you're just going to pray. And as adults arrive, ask kids to show the adults their empty egg and to tell their parents how that reminds them of Easter, because Jesus is alive, so the tomb was empty. So that's it for this week, guys. I will have car ride conversations to hand out. I didn't print those out yet, so make sure every single kid gets a car ride conversation. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for serving this Easter Sunday. I'm so thankful for all of you. I'm looking forward to a great weekend. Just be praying for all the families that will be coming, just that they can start to make church part of their weekly routine so that their kids can come and learn how much God loves them. So thank you all for serving, and I'll see you on Saturday and Sunday.